Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, All Things Splendid. My name is Crystal. Today's video is a little different. It's more about telling my story and hopefully maybe reaching out to someone if they might be struggling or if they are in need. But just to be able to get my story out there. I not looking for like sympathy or things like that, but more of, not feeling alone. And so that's why I wanted to share my story. So thank you for clicking on the video. And I'm just going to, I guess, just maybe someone's not going to feel less alone, pretty much. So back in 2016, pretty much my, I guess, life, whatever, changed forever. So I was driving. I don't remember, I guess, everything. I don't even remember if it was raining, not raining. I don't remember, anything. I just know I was upset about a certain situation. And so here I am driving along, and there was like a 4-corner stoplight thing, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, there was a 4-corner stop, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but it had like 4 stop lights in a square. So I'm driving that away. And luckily I was only going maybe 30-40 miles an hour, because the space from one light to the next is not very big. And so again, I'm not aware of what I'm doing. I am just, I guess, in my own little world or whatever. So I hit a 18-wheeler head on. I was driving at the time, my Dodge Ram truck. I think it's called like an 1800 or something like that. And so I hit it at head on. So of course the truck got smushed and like squished in and things like that. And then of course the ambulance came, whatnot. So they had to like use some machinery or whatever to get the doors and stuff open because of how scrunched it was. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that when I'm driving, I'm holding on to the steering wheel like this. Of course, probably holding on like this, or I'm not sure how I'm holding on, but from like x-rays and just things, they say that I was probably holding on to the steering wheel upon impact. Probably bracing myself, or whatever it was. So I guess some months later is when I started noticing like pain in my both hands, but predominantly in my left hand, pain that's like here. And so it was just getting worse and worse and worse. Now, mind you, before 2016, I've had a few like medical things go on, been kind of sick or tired, things like that. And so didn't really pay it no mind. Kind of chalked it up to like low iron, things like that. So anyways, in 2018, and actually before that, for like a whole year. So from 2016 to 2017 is when I started feeling pain, things like that. 2017 to 2018, I literally went to every doctor you could possibly think of. Doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor. I don't know what's wrong with you, blah, 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 blah. Then I've tried like med after meds after meds after meds, and nothing was like working. And so in 2018, I got some more blood work done or whatever, and it came back, one of the tests or whatever came back positive for people who have a lupus diagnosis. And so at that time I was seeing this rheumatologist. Sorry if I hit that. And so I was seeing him, and he was like, well, you have to take another test, another blood work or whatever, and that's got to come back positive too or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's when I got diagnosed with lupus. And then I started on a regimen of medications where I would have to like see the doctor every so often for my eyes, because that medicine can like harm your eyes, this and that. If you haven't got a drink, go ahead and grab one. I got, of course, a Dr. Pepper. And I'm eating a pickle. If you don't know me, I do like pickles and Dr. Pepper. But anyways, so I got the diagnosis again that I had lupus. And so I started taking all these medicines, all these things, and my hands were still hurting. They would swell up at times. They still do. They would hurt to the point of like bad thoughts, where like my mental health was not doing well. Bad thoughts. And so finally this doctor sent me to a specialist out of town. And mind you, I went to a couple out of town, but this one was like at the time I lived in Texas. So this doctor was in Dallas, and he specialized in this thing called complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS. And so I went there, seen him, and then that's when I was diagnosed with that. Mind you, I'm keeping the lupus diagnosis, but I now have this diagnosis on top due to like the hand issue. And the lupus diagnosis, it's a trial if you've ever been diagnosed with a chronic illness or autoimmune disorder. It's like ongoing. You have to like go through all these different tests and everything, and sometimes just different things, and so sometimes it could take years to get a diagnosis, and sometimes they diagnose you wrong and this and that. But anyways, so now I have these two diagnoses, which I'm thankful for, because at least there's a name to something. But at the same time, I'm like, well, what I have doesn't really match up to what other people have and this and that. And that's what I had to learn, that just because what I go through and what might affect me, that doesn't look the same as it might affect other people as well. And so I had to really think about that, like, because I was looking up pictures, I was looking up images, videos, different things of other people, and I'm like, there's no way I have that, because some people can't walk, some people can't do this. Now, mind you, when I'm having a real bad flare-up, like, there is times I can't even get out of bed. It's that bad. But I didn't see myself as everybody else who might have it. And so I guess that's why I wanted to do this video, is because I want to kind of share, like, just because you're going through something, yours might not be similar to other people, so you can never judge yourself, or you can't be the person who judges other people just by the way they look, because you never know their story and never know what they're going through. So I don't mind like sharing my journey with lupus and CRPS. I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind talking about chronic pain. Because if you don't know as well, is I am a mental health therapist, so I know the importance of being diagnosed with a chronic illness, especially one that is called like the suicide killer, which is the CRPS. Especially that one, like, I know how important mental health is and awareness is. So that's, I think, why I decided to go ahead and make this video and just talk about, I guess, my diagnosis and how I became and got this diagnosis. And I just want to be real and share my life, because, and another reason is because you might see me may make videos and like do certain things, and that's because I'm having a really good day. I am on a lot of medicine. I have bad days and I have good days. And the days that I have good, I try to make the best of it. I will go on trips. I will clean my house. I will go shopping. Pretty much do anything that normal, I wouldn't say normal people, but you know, people without a chronic illness do. Because I'm feeling good that day. I am always in pain. Usually I can get my pain to be bearable to where I can function, but that doesn't mean I'm not in pain. And I hate sometimes that people kind of look at other people like there's nothing wrong with you when they don't really know what's going on. And so I just want y'all to be aware, and you know, maybe the next time you see someone who, and I guess this brings me to this point. I go to Universal and Disney and all these things a lot, and I do, which I am going to share my disability pass with y'all when I do a videos and stuff on whatever theme parks I might use. And I am trying to be, I guess, transparent about why I have that those passes. Yes, you might look at me and be like, girl, there's nothing wrong with you. But you just never know. You never know what someone is going through. So with that being said, just please be aware and don't make judgment, because you never know. Looking at me, you might think I'm just perfectly healthy and everything, but that's because you're seeing me today. And today I am probably at a pain out of a 0 to 10. I'm probably at a 3 or 4. So it's a good day. Now, if my pain level is like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, yes, I'm not going to make videos. I'm not going to go to theme parks. I'm not going shopping. I'm not doing that. I'm in my bed. So just be aware of that. I know how doctors and like trial and error and keep going and trying to find different doctors, but don't give up. Just keep going. It is a deal, I don't know. It's crazy. There was a time where I remember we were going to come up with some money to go to the Mayo Clinic, because it does cost quite a bit of money and my insurance didn't cover it. And so we were going to go there because we couldn't get answers. And so I know how that feeling of not having a diagnosis and not having answers can be as well. And so I just want to be support for whoever watches this video and y'all might have a chronic illness, or just so you're aware of, you know, and share, I guess, just my story. So with that being said, that is it for today's video. If you want to stick around and see my journey, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share, do all the things. I am a small channel and growing, and hopefully I can hit at least 100 subscribers. That's my first goal. And then from there, I would like to hit 500 and then 1,000. So those are my goals right now. Small steps. But yeah, so if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I don't mind, again, sharing or being somebody's support system. But until then, I will see y'all on my next video. Bye, guys.